Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of PODTech. So in the previous episodes, we have looked at SEO and the things to look out for whilst building our website for SEO. In this topic, we're now going to look at how to apply those. It will be a bit more difficult for me because I have just added this text here rather than actual content text, but we'll do a few examples together so you can see how SEO works. So let's log into our back office. Firstly, before we do anything, I'm going to show you how to clean up your dashboards, because a lot of the information on here, it's not really relevant to what you need to run a website. So to do this, go to Screen Options, and let's just deselect everything, and then we can come back in and add the ones that we need. Okay, so looking through the list, we could do with this one, which is Site Health Status, and this one, which is Site Kit Summary, and also WooCommerce Status. And that's it for now, I'd say. So let's close that box and clear some of these alerts down because we don't need to worry about them. As I mentioned before, I don't actually have a Facebook page set up for this, but if you've been following the videos, you will have gone through that process. So hopefully this bar is gone for you guys. If not, and you somehow missed it, just click this link here and it'll take you through the steps. It's really straightforward and super easy. And this is just a notification to say that Facebook menu has moved. No thanks on that. Okay, so now our website's looking much less cluttered. All we really need to know is our site health, our site kit, which is obviously Google Analytics, and also any orders that we take. What I like to do is I like to move them around a little bit just to kind of lay them out a bit better. So to do that, you just click the box and drag it over. So now it's all on one screen, which is nice and easy. It does say our site should be improved, but looking at it now, it's probably because of the plugins. Let's just take a quick look to double check. And yeah, it's just a plugin and a theme waiting to be updated. So we don't really need to do anything. But as I've shown you before, if you do ever want to update your site, you should do this probably 2 to 4 weeks, I'd say. Come to your dashboard, go to updates, and here you can see the plugins and the themes that need updating. So you just group select and click update plugins. I'm not going to do that now because obviously it will take a bit of time to run through. And the same with the theme here. So let's jump into the easy ones first. And for that, we're going to look at our product SEOs. So when I built the products, I actually put in a lot of the SEO stuff. The bottom 2 are green lights, so they're good. And the top 3 could do with a bit of work. So let's dive into elbow cream. So click edit. Again, we've just got an icon here, which is telling us that something's moved, which is fine. So we can just remove that. And it's just jumped us to the coupons page, which we don't need to do. So let's head back to products and dive back into elbow cream. So Yoast will give you lots of ways to improve your SEO score. Now, a lot of the things it will be asking from you, you will need to include in this top section here, where you put the bulk of your text. It won't scan for anything in this section here. So what I did for this article is I actually just copied something from another client, but we're actually going to go through it together and we're going to do a proper one that's related to elbow cream. So what I tend to do is I create a template of text that describes the product well, but also focuses on the key phrase and it's distributed throughout. Once you have a template that you're happy with, you can paste it into here and just adjust and tweak a few words, and that will save you much more time than if you're writing each one individually. So in our focus key phrase, we're going to put our title, which is CBD elbow cream. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check that our alt text has CBD elbow cream as its tag, whereas it doesn't. So we're going to add that there. So let's look at readability first. Everything's in the green. And yeah, nothing really needs to be done here. So this is a prime example of how using a template text is good to get your readability to green. So now when I copy and paste this over, all I need to change is a few SEO words and it will flow throughout. And hopefully it won't change the readability too much. So let me show you how that's done. So if we go down to SEO, we know that our new focus key phrase isn't found in our title. So let's put it in our title. CBD elbow cream. Now we're going to front load this. So front loading is when you put your SEO key phrase at the front of your SEO title. So we've got it there. What I like to do is I like to then put a colon. That just kind of really focuses the viewer in. The viewer tends to only look at the first probably 5 words of your title, and in any paragraph probably the first line or so. So they're the most important ones, and you want your keyword to appear there. So we're going to put CBD elbow cream. So we're going to put nourish and hydrate your skin with this product. So what we've got here is we've got our focus key phrase, and also we've got LSI words associated to that. So skin is an LSI word of elbow, which is a word that relates to it. And nourish and hydrate are also words that are associated with cream. So we've actually got quite a few there. Now what we're also going to do is at the end, we're going to put the year. And that just tells the visitor that this product is up to date and, you know, it's a relevant product. With products, it's not overly important to put the year, but with any kind of posts or pages, it really is crucial. So the year in the SEO title is optional. Next, we're going to change the meta description. So again, we want to put our focus key phrase at the front. So what we've put here is CBD elbow cream for dry and cracked skin. Pamper your dry and flaky skin and return its natural vibrance. Now it is in the green, but if we look at the SEO analysis, we'll find that it's probably not long enough because it's only just in the green. Let's take a quick look. Meta description, yeah. So this is our meta description, which we've just been typing in. So we're in the green, but we're not 100% there. So it's asking us to add some more. So we're just going to expand a little bit on this. So we've changed this slightly to CBD elbow cream for dry and cracked skin. Pamper and protect your dry and flaky skin. Return your elbows to its natural vibrance. Let's make that singular. And we're going to change this word to restore. Restore your elbows to their natural vibrance. So if we look down now, our meta description is long enough. And what we've done is we've included the words skin, as well as pamper and protect, and we've got elbow in there a few times. So we've dotted this with our LSI words, as well as also our focus key phrase and variants of our focus key phrase. CBD elbow cream, we've got elbows in here. So before we do anything, let's just update. And we're going to look at the next thing that needs improvement. So the next thing that we need to improve is our key phrase density and our key phrase in our subheadings, as well as our introduction. Now, all three of these are applied here. So we're going to make sure our focus key phrase, which is CBD elbow cream, appears in our headers. These are our headers here. As you can see, this one is H3, as well as that one. This one is H5, so it's not that important. So it wants to see our focus key phrase in these headers. And I think 2 is probably okay for our focus key phrase in our headers. Let's see how it looks. And already our SEO is in the green. And because we've included it in our headers, it's found it in our key phrase density. Now, we could also put it in the actual text body itself. So let me show you how I'd rewrite this 2 paragraphs here. And you'll get the gist, and you'll be able to figure out how the rest can be done because of this. So again, we're going to change that. CBD elbow cream. Obviously, if this is actually the case, you can keep it in. Most cosmetics have aloe vera and green tea, so we're going to keep that in. And as you can see there, quite quickly, I managed to tweak this paragraph and this paragraph to make it more appropriate for my product without having to write out huge long lengths of text. The biggest advantage of that is that we've kept our readability in the green. To get your readability in the green can take a bit of time because, for example, the flesh reading ease can contradict passive voice, and passive voice may contradict other sections. So once you've got everything in the green, it's really important to toggle it and see how you do. Now, what I do love about Yoast is that, say you're struggling to improve part of your readability here, you can actually click the eye icon. It will actually highlight the area of text where, say, for example, your focus key phrase is found, or areas of text that need to be improved. So it's a really great feature. So that's how you improve your SEO score and your readability. Next, we see we've got no internal links. So looking at the thing here, we don't have any internal links. I'm going to delete one of these. So to create internal links, it's very straightforward. we're going to open a new tab. And just like how we did in the previous episodes where we linked a page to a specific product or a category, we're going to use the same process. So let's go to our bestseller and we're going to link to this product here. So we're going to put try our bestseller and we'll just put the link there. So what you do is when you paste the link, you want to highlight it and click the link button here and it will appear there, and just hit enter. So now we want to turn this text, which you can see is here as a paragraph, we want to turn this into a title. So hit the drop down. You want to avoid H1 headings because that tends to be the title of the product. So CBD elbow cream is our H1. And it doesn't contain our focus key phrase, so we're going to put it as a H4. And because they were next to each other, it's given that as a H4. So let's put that down to a paragraph again. And we're going to just put the name of the product, which, even though it's not, is the CBD self-tan. Like that there. Hit update. And as you can see, everything's nice and green. And readability is nice and green. So that's looking really good. Obviously, we only changed the first 2 paragraphs. The rest of the sentence structure doesn't really make sense, but you get the gist. So that's how you create a SEO optimized product. Next, we're going to look at how to do SEO for pages. So pages and posts, the SEO works exactly the same. So just to reiterate what they are, pages are sections of your website where you build content, and posts tend to be more blogs or articles that are written in more of a casual tone. So to illustrate this point, let me show you pods. So this would be a page. And we have our help articles set up like a blog or post. So if you come to the help section and select an article, and this shows you roughly how blogs and posts will look as well. So that's how you tell the difference. So we found the page that we want to edit, which is home. And we want to edit the front page with Elementor, as well as the actual page editor itself. So we're going to right click with Elementor, open with new tab. And then on the edit page, we're just going to click edit. So SEO strategies for web pages are very wide and varied. You need to really focus on what you feel your SEO page should be about. I'll be creating some more in-depth tutorials about how to format other pages for SEO, as well as some other marketing strategies. So we're going to look at the very basic one. So most people who have a website, their domain name will be their business name 9 times out of 10. So if this site was called Pink Orange Designs, as you can see, it's in our domain name. So that already helps your visitors. If they go on to Google and search for your business name, that will already help them find it. Now, if you have a very non-unique business name, it will make it harder because obviously, business names that are closer associated with other people's or could mean something else. So say, for example, if you're a builder and your business name was Bricklayers, then you're going to have a lot of difficulty trying to get your business found for bricklayers because other companies will be optimizing for that. So what I suggest initially is optimize for your business name for the first month. So it just improves your business score so that when people search for your business name, they're more likely to find you. And then after the first month, you can then switch your homepage to something else. Now remember, if you have multiple pages, you can optimize each one for different focus key phrases. So we're actually going to skip this process and pretend that we've had that month period where we used our business name as your focus key phrase, and we're going to move to the next section where we're trying to structure our SEO around a focus key phrase that is related to our products. So we're going to do skincare for our SEO focus key phrase. So in our back office, on our page editor, we want to come down to the Yoast box, and just like before, we have our focus key phrase. So we're going to put in skincare. Actually, we're going to put CBD skincare. There's a lot of debate about whether to use a general key phrase or a very focus specific one. Now, the rule of thumb is if you use a very general focus key phrase, there's more competition, but there's more people searching. Whereas if you use a very specific key phrase, there's less people searching, but there's also less competition. So you need to decide what you want to focus your focus key phrase on. So we've got focus key phrase filled in there, and we're going to put it in our SEO's title. We're going to front load it, and we're going to put a colon. So we've got our year in here, as well as the words like organic, CBD, skincare, and products. So that's quite a good one. Next, we're going to include it in our meta description. So as you can see here, we've actually gone over our meta description. Now, if your meta description is too long, you will also get down ranked. So a good way of shortening it is to either go back through and see which words you could remove, or what I like to do is replace the word and with an and symbol. So even with the and replaced, we're still slightly over. So let's see where we can reduce this. So if we remove the word these, our focus key phrase now drops to something that is more appropriate in length. So now we want to add our featured image. We're going to change our featured image to maybe this one here. And we're going to put our focus key phrase as the alt text. There we go. And we're going to hit update. So let's see where we stand. So readability is poor. Well, of course it's going to be because it's just a jumble of text. So let's look at improving some of those. So looking at our analysis, we can see that we don't have enough words. So whilst we're writing, we need to obviously have that in mind, as well as our key phrase isn't in our subheadings or in the text itself, as well as the introduction. So we can do that as we write. So let's have a look and see how we can kind of sneak it in there. So we could add it here. So let's duplicate that and add our focus key phrase in there. Make it a little bit smaller and change it to black. And we're going to put it here as well. Hit update. And we're going to hit update on the back office as well. So a lot of the time this won't update as you go, like with the product editor. So you will have to update and refresh. And we need to also change our H tags. Hit update. And let's refresh. And as you can see, our key phrase density is now dropped down here. However, we haven't actually got it in any of our text. So we want our key phrase to be in our introduction. So let's look at where we could add that. So let's add some text underneath here. It's always important to have your focus key phrase as the first sentence of a paragraph. So I'm just going to skip forward to the end of writing out this short paragraph. So we've just got a quick paragraph of the brand that I've just written in here. So as you can see, we've got a focus key phrase, as well as LSI words like the word hemp, sensitive skin, pamper your skin, vegan friendly products. So this is quite a strong sentence or small paragraph that will help our SEO. We're going to just bring it in slightly because it's a bit too long. Like that. And click update. Once that's updated, head to our back office. Now this, again, like I said, won't update automatically, so you need to make sure you hit update and then refresh. So because this is our home page, we won't be able to change the key phrase slug because we need it to be home. And a lot of the images we can actually improve, so let's do a few of those. So this back one here could definitely be one. So you've got to remember also, if you've got your images like these ones here that are structured for that product's key phrase, like we've done with this elbow cream, you can't change those because that will then affect your SEO score on your products. So we're just going to add CBD care to a couple of these. Update. And update the back office. Refresh. So sometimes, because Yoast is a free service, it doesn't 100% pick up on different sections of your website. So as you can see here, key phrase and introduction is actually still being in the red, so it can't find it. So normally that means that this isn't appearing high enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put it up here, and let's see if that improves our score. And we're just going to put another title. So we're just going to put love your skin. Again, it's got our focus key phrase in it, so let's put it as a H3. Just increase it a little bit and make it a bit weightier. We want to add a bit of padding to the top, like that. Let's click update and see if that resolves our issue. So yeah, as you can see there, it's still saying it doesn't appear in our introduction. This is the one that I have the most difficulty with. As you can see, it clearly does appear in our introduction because the rest are titles. So it doesn't check the titles. So we're just going to have to assume that it is there, and that when Google crawls your website, it will recognize it's there. It's just Yoast is a free service. So let's look at what else we can do. We also added our attributes to a couple more of our images. So again, we can assume that they're done. What we can do is look at outbound links. So outbound links, even though we've got buttons that could lead away from the website, outbound links need to actually be in the text themselves. So what we could do is we could highlight maybe hemp, because that's an LSI of our key phrase. And we could go for post our key phrase into Google. And we want to try and find something that isn't selling products, like a blog or an article where we can link to. So everything you need to know about CBD skincare is a good blog to link to. So let's copy the URL. We don't want to actually put it on our focus key phrase because you'll get downgraded if you link away with the focus key phrase. So let's link it with the LSI word. So we want to find hemp in the box here. Click the link and paste it in there like that. Hit update. And let's see how it looks in our back office now. So the outbound links have now dropped, as well as our focus key phrase in our introduction. So as you can see there, sometimes Yoast just takes a bit of time to kind of kick in. Let's add our focus key phrase to some more images. We could add it to this one. So 3 should be enough to get that dropped. We'll refresh it in a minute to check. Again, like I said, we can't really adjust the key phrase slug. And let's look at our text length density. So because these are just template text, obviously yours will be a bit more in depth. So we're never going to be able to get our readability up. So I'm just going to paste this in a few more times. And Yoast has been a bit slow today, but we know that that's gone over 300 now by adding those extra words. So looking at our readability, obviously it's going to be very poor because we've just got nonsensical text in here. But as you can see, we've done okay for the other sections. So again, just take your time, write your text, and then if you're unsure, click the link. And it'll just tell you how to improve on those areas. The help articles are very in-depth, so it is worthwhile just kind of diving into those and reading through a little bit. And that's pretty much everything on SEO. In the next episode, we're going to look at building your shop. As it stands at the moment, we've decided to go for a self-built shop rather than the default one. So it's blank at the moment. There is a fallback shop, which is the main shop, which is like this. But we're going to make something a bit more visually interesting. Normally you'd have to pay for a premium Elementor upgrade, but I'm going to show you some quick workarounds where we can actually build one for free. So stay tuned.